Mm,
Hi, everybody. This is Kim Griffin for the Mediumship Reading Room, along with my trusty companion there, Augie. And I'd like to welcome Kim Saprito. Kim, where are you from?
I'm from Rochester, New York.
Okay, I thought so with the accent. So, okay.
I
Um,
always think that's funny when people say I have an accent.
I you have an upstate New York accent. Okay.
Yes,
So, everybody, this is Kim Saprito from Rochester, New York. So, Kim, I know nothing about you. I don't think I never had a conversation with you. So, this should be pretty interesting. How long have you been doing mediumship?
I've been doing that's a tough question to answer. Like a lot of people, I've been doing it longer than I trained for it.
Okay.
So, um I would say probably 5 years or more that I've
Fine.
been doing mediumship,
Okay.
but I started with other things, intertwined things a long, long time ago.
Okay. And you talked about, you just mentioned being trained, and what classes did you take? I just like to bring up different teachers and different tutors so people have a reference of where to go to, especially if it's in state or if it's an in-person thing, but it doesn't matter if they're online. So who did you train with?
Um, okay, so there is a school outside of Lilydale, New York called Fellowship of the Spirit, and
Okay.
I was lucky enough to train with Elaine Thomas before she passed.
Okay.
Um, and that school is still up and running, and now the main mediumship teacher there is Angie Apt, ABT. But what is really cool is they bring through lots of mediums for you to work with. So I went through a whole bunch of mediums through there. There is a book called Mediumship 101 written by Jake Simoyedny, and I was a part of his development circle for a while. I've worked with Celeste Elliott, who's a wonderful teacher. Um, she was the first person to blindfold me, which is very liberating
Okay.
and interesting to work without your sight. Um, let's see, who else have I? Charlie Kelly out
Okay.
of Great Britain,
England. Right.
England. Thank you.
Right.
And there's a whole slew of other people. I'd have to go through notebooks to
Right.
find you names. I worked with one teacher out of oh my God, what is the school that Janet Mohavac ran before
The
she passed away?
journey within.
Journey Within. Yep. I worked with a teacher out of there for some classes. I am pretty eclectic in my
Good.
training.
Yeah, so you had an array of different teachers. Now, Jake was one of my classmates when I was up at the Journey Within with Janet
Oh,
years ago.
really?
Yeah. So, yeah. So I am familiar with a lot of the Journey Within mediums. And also Celeste is also, I know Celeste, very sweet lady, the greatest hair in the business. I tell her
Oh
all the
my God, yes.
time.
But you
She
know,
does.
everybody that has straight hair wants curly hair. Everybody with
Well,
curly
it's
hair
not
wants
just
straight.
the curls, it's the color, it's everything.
Yes,
She's got the greatest hair of all time.
yes.
So how did you get into mediumship? What was your experience, your mediumistic experience that brought you through to classes or identify yourself as a medium?
I um I had done day trips to Lilydale, New York, and I had started going and staying the night back in like 2018. And
Oh,
it took me a year or two to come back and research the spiritualist churches in Rochester, which we have a pretty healthy spiritualist environment in Rochester, New York. We
Oh,
actually have three spiritualist churches here.
oh,
Um,
wow.
one's an independent, and the other two, there's multiple spiritualist governing bodies. So in Rochester, you have a spiritualist church on Plymouth Spiritualist Church under the NSAC. You have Church of Divine Inspiration that's under the spiritualist body called the General Assembly. And then you have an independent church called Rochester Spiritualist Society. So I came back to Rochester. I started going to different spiritualist churches. A medium who had passed away, Bill Bull, he's passed away now.
Mhm.
He came to me during service and said, "You know that feeling like there's a hair on your arm? Well, that's not really a hair."
Oh,
And
okay.
I am very tactile. So the people who had passed would touch me. Like I could feel them. It would feel like a balloon was passing over the
Yes.
top of my head, and my hair was just standing up just a little bit. And after a while of going, now is not a good time. It's the middle of the night. Please come back later. I figured I needed to go to school.
Okay.
So there was a medium here in Rochester that and his name escapes me. I went to a few classes with him. He was very supportive, and he was like, "Oh, you're going to Lilydale, you have to go speak at the stump." And I was like, "I've never done that." So he set up the class as a audience, and he's like, "All you're going to do is pick somebody that appeals to you and say whatever pops into your head." So I did. And that summer, I went to Lilydale, and a friend of mine, Reverend Ron Skoronsky, recommended that I go to Fellowship of the Spirit. And I went to the stump, not realizing that the chairperson that day was Elaine Thomas and that she was the head of Fellowship of the Spirit. So I went up to her and I said, "Hey, I'd like to volunteer." And in true Elaine fashion, 5 minutes later, she introduced me, handed me a microphone, and said, "Okay,
There
do
you go.
mediumship." And I did. And it was a wonderful experience. Basically, what I did is checklist mediumship using muscle testing in front of a crowd. So it was an interesting way to start.
So, could you explain to me what you're about muscle testing?
Okay, so there's this type of muscle testing called the sway test.
Okay.
Yes, are you familiar with the sway test?
No, I might do it and don't know that I'm doing it. So, if you could,
It's a it's a way of using your body as a pendulum.
yeah. Okay.
So you go show me yes, and your body will sway one way, show me no, and your body will
Okay.
sway the other way. And checklist medium is where you ask the same questions over again. Do I have a man? Do I have a woman?
Right.
Um, are you of this person's generation? Are you the next generation back? Are you the next generation back? Are you
Okay.
blood relative? Are you, not a blood relative? Okay, if you're a blood relative, are you the mother? Are you the father? Are you the grandmother? And as you do
Oh,
that, you're getting yes and no's.
okay.
And so you can then string a message together. I have your grandmother. She died in her 80s. It feels like she was buried.
Okay.
And then going through, you ask the same questions of spirit over and over again. Eventually they know what you want to know.
Sure, sure.
So
Okay.
it becomes a shortened process.
Oh, okay.
But I came off the stage and handed the microphone to the next person, and I sat down with Elaine and I said, "Hey, this school Fellowship of the Spirit was recommended to me." And she laughed. She laughed because she was like, "I'm the head of that school. I think it's a wonderful school. You should go."
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, good.
So it was like synchronicity, right?
Right.
So I ended up with the right person at the right time.
Hmm.
And that's how I ended up doing the 2 year program at Fellowship of the Spirit, which certifies you in prophecy and healing.
Okay. Okay. So do you enjoy the healing? What do you do as far as the healing is concerned?
I've actually been a Reiki master teacher since, oh Lord, early 2000s.
Okay.
So when I say it was a long and varied path to get to mediumship, because I always wanted to do healing, but I wanted to work with the living, and the dead had other ideas.
Right. They usually do. They usually do. So, as far as your practice now, do you still take classes, or are you practicing professionally?
I am practicing professionally, and I do still take classes. I intend on taking a platform mediumship with Colleen Van Design this summer.
Okay. I think I was
Oh,
with Colleen. Her and I worked together over at Virginia Beach. Blonde hair woman?
yes,
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 yes, yes.
violinist.
I'm
She's a
sorry.
violinist. She's a violinist
Yes,
as
yes,
well.
that's the one. Yes, me and her were in a class together. Yeah, she's a very nice, yeah, very, very nice lady. Very nice lady. I like her a lot.
And very skilled and
Yes,
just wonderful human being.
yes. So okay. Um, so do you like? So I guess you like Lily Dale, huh?
I do. I go there a couple weeks out of the summer just because there's still a lot to do and a lot to learn, and um it's a really awesome place to go, and I don't know anywhere else for $15 where you can get three all message services and two healing services plus
Yeah,
a
true.
church service for $15. A
Right.
$15 donation, and you get four chances in a day to get picked out of a crowd and have a message,
Hmm.
and you have two opportunities to get a healing.
Right, right. I was there once. I was there back in not the early 2000s, must have been 2010 or something like that, or 2011, something like that. And I was read by this, I won't mention the name, because it wouldn't be nice of me to mention the name. I was not crazy about the reading because it was I, I don't even know what it was, to be honest with you. I wasn't mediumship, and that's what I was going for. Was for me was mediumship. It was more of a psychic read, but it was kind of all over the place. But you can find that with any medium. But then I went to another woman, Ellie.
Yes,
Yeah,
Ellie Craftley.
yes,
Yes, she's
awesome.
blow your mind good, and
Blow,
the
blow my
sweetest
mind.
person. Yes,
Yes,
sweetest person ever. Yes,
yes,
she is married to Tom.
right.
Tom is the healing instructor at Fellowship of the Spirit.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's right. He's into healing. Yeah, she blew my mind because she's the first person, the only person that ever said your grandfather's coming through, and he had two wives, and one died when she was in 40s, and the other one died when she was in her 80s. And I'm like, well, yeah, okay, that's true. And he smoked a pipe, and I'm like, yes, he did. So I'm very detailed about certain things too. So yeah, when I see mediums like that, it blows my mind because that's the detail that I want to get. That's the detail. And there was a little message in there. But to me, the evidence is everything. And I know more people they focus in on the message, and that's fine by them. But as a sitter, I like to get the evidence
You
as
know,
a, as a sitter.
I hear you, and I think, as a medium, you should be able to go either way because I've had messages that were the evidence.
Right.
I told a man once, thank God I died before I had to use the cane.
Okay.
And
Part of the
and
evidence. I wouldn't even
That
consider that a message, though.
well, but that was the that's what he had to say. Thank
Right,
God I died before I had to use the cane. I mean, I gave other messages like his physical dis or
right, right,
his physical description a little bit, but the key identifier that stuck with the sitter was
right.
those words because his grandmother loved ducks and had a cane carved for his grandfather, and his grandfather died before he had to use it, and his grandfather hated ducks.
Oh, that's great. Well, I think because I think what happened with the English version of mediumship, they consider a message the reading. So that's what you're talking about is the reading itself, correct? The reading itself.
It again, I can do the this is the person, this is their age, this is what they died of,
Right,
they were buried, they were cremated, this is this, or they're not giving me a clear answer, and then this is what they're saying to you.
right, right,
I can do a lot of evidence. I will do as much evidence until they say, I know who you have.
right,
And then we start going into, well, this is what they want to say to you.
right, right,
And I have also walked up to somebody, done this dance move, said, you know who this is? They said yes. And I gave them the message
right,
because they knew who it was.
right,
It is, I think, sitter and spirit oriented.
right.
The
Yeah.
spirit wants to say this, the sitter needs this. And how do you bring those two things together?
Correct. But I feel sometimes as the message is in the evidence that is given. So that was the way that I was taught by Janet No Havoc, is that the message is in the evidence. So that's kind of what I follow. And if there is a specific message, this is my personal way that I do mediumship, is I let it go organically. So there might be something that they have to say, like, thank God I don't have the cane anymore. But to me, for me, that would be part of the evidence itself. So maybe I am delivering more messages than I know that I'm bringing, who knows? Who knows,
I I don't think about it. I don't delineate. I give what comes to me until the person goes, "Yep, I know who that is." And then I'm like, "Well, they're showing me this. They're saying this. This is what they want you to know moving forward." I'm not concerned about I have to give this many pieces of evidence
Right,
or not, you know? I mean,
right.
and maybe you are giving more messages than you think you are, right?
Maybe I am, but I usually I just let it rip and whatever happens, happens. So I don't try to control it, whether there is, I don't even know. Sometimes I say, why are you here? There's sometimes I feel like I need to say that. So I know that's being directed by spirit when I say to myself, why are you here? I know spirit saying that to me, to get me to say that to them, So sometimes the words are put into my mouth in a sense. So yeah, my thing is like I said, I just kind of let it rip and wherever it lands, it lands. I try
Exactly.
not to
And
direct it too much.
exactly. And I don't worry about what sense it's coming through either. I go, I'm seeing, I'm hearing, I'm smelling. The other thing is I'm very Italian and I talk with my hands, which I'm accentuating right now. I picked them up into the camera so you can see them moving
Right, right,
during readings. They will be taken over and do motions, and sometimes I don't know what they're doing, and I'll look at the person across from me and go, what are my hands doing right now?
right.
And the last time I did that, they're like, you're tossing a baseball back and forth. And I said, really? That's what this is? Because I didn't know what this was. Like, what am I doing?
Right. Oh
And they're
yeah.
like, yeah. So
Yeah.
sometimes that comes through too.
Yeah, that's what think some people don't realize that they will work with your central nervous system to get you to do certain things with your hands or different gestures. Or I had one time when my eye started to twitch, and it's the girl goes, "Do you have a problem with your eye twitching?" I'm like, "No, not really." And she goes, "Because your eye's twitching." And I said, "Oh, okay." And she said, "Well, my father's eye used to twitch all the time." I'm like, "Oh, interesting." You know,
Yes,
it's very
absolutely.
interesting.
Or all of a sudden you're talking with different words than you normally use. And I
Exactly.
will point that out and I'll be like, okay, I wouldn't normally use this phrasing. What does that mean to you?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So where can people find you?
Usually through my Facebook page, I post. I do different events throughout New York.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and I'm usually in Lilydale doing at the Stump
Oh,
over a
okay.
couple of weeks over the summer. The last place I was Sodas Point, New York, where I did an event out there. Hotter than Hades, I gotta tell you.
Oh,
But it was fun. We had a great time.
okay. I'm down here in North Carolina. So
Oh, well, that your hot is not our hot up here in New York.
what is your hot?
It was we had a heat warning,
Yeah.
um,
I know
and
you
it
guys
was
did.
heat index in the 90s. It was very humid. That was the problem. We're not
Oh,
used to humidity up here.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So our humidity, I mean, we're going off the subject here, but that's okay. Our humidity starts from June and it goes all the way to the middle of September, and it starts to feel like it will say 95, but it feels like 101.
Yeah.
So it's, and you go outside and your glasses get all fogged up because of the humidity.
Yeah, no, no, we don't do that up here. We
Yeah.
refuse. And as a matter of fact, when that happens, we request that your weather go back down to you.
Yes. And we thank you very much for that. No, not really, but okay. So do you do so you do one-on-ones? What other services do you provide?
I do one-on-one psychic card readings, mediumship readings, healings. I do distance video. You are more than welcome to come find me in person. If you're within an hour of me, I will do group events with you where, 6 to 10 people, and we do a gallery reading, psychic and mediumship.
Oh, okay. Good, good, good.
Yeah,
All right. Well, it was great talking to you, Kim.
it was my pleasure.
Okay, thank you so much. And
You're welcome.
I will be posting this probably the end of the week, so everybody look for that. Well, not they'll be seeing this when I'm posting it, so that didn't make any sense. Okay. Thank you very much, Kim.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Oh, Jesus. Sorry.